Good evening, gentle listener, and welcome to Distractible. This week, the dudes delve even deeper into the disturbing. Brilliant Bob is terrified of split brains and admits he's not a Marvelite. Excelsior. Duct taping Mark ships weapons-grade computers, but isn't scared of Michael Myers. And bounty hunting Wade's nightmares are filled with magic powders. From Shakira and Anthrax to spectral horror photobombs. Yes, it's time for Weird Part 3. Now sit back and prepare to be distracted and enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Distractible. I am your host for today. My name is Bob. I'm the host because I won fair and square, and also, again, multiple wins in less than a couple months' time. Unbelievable. Hard to believe. Hard to fathom. I am joined, as ever, by my co-casters. Yeah, you're not hosts. By my fellow humans, Mark and Wade, who will be competing today. Say hi.
Hello.
Yeah, keep looking happy. I told him to look happy.
Hello. How are you?
If you're watching on Spotify, they're happy. Okay.
Yes.
And I'm happy because
Yay.
I was up all night with a screaming baby, which is a great way to prepare for hosting a podcast. I don't know if I've talked about the baby before. Do you guys remember me talking about the baby on the podcast?
No, what's that? Or do you want us to say yes?
Say yes. Say yes.
Yes, I remember babies.
My face is starting to hurt.
All right, you could stop pretending to be happy. Feel how you feel, but feel it good. If you're new to this podcast, all three of us host it sometimes, but the one who hosts this episode is me? No.
I don't think we've ever done an episode where all three of us host all at once, but that is something that we should try to broach.
That's theoretically possible.
Theoretically, anything's possible on this podcast. We just haven't executed upon it.
Someday, sometime, there might have to be a triple hosting, which would also be a triple competing?
Yeah, I think so. So kind of a free-for-all.
Does that happen if we all lose or we all win?
There's been so many times we should have all lost, but I don't know. Losing.
We've all loosened.
Lussened. We all lussied.
Losset are those things you put in your throat when you cough a lot. Silly Bob.
You got me there. Anyway, if you're new to this podcast, I host, they compete, points, maybe. Somebody wins, the person hosts the next one. Who cares? If you don't know how this works, it doesn't really matter because it's all made up. And sometimes one of us just keeps losing, even though it's a 50-50 shot over and over again. Despite all odds, despite the likelihood and the reality of how that works, one of us just loses, and then is never bitter about it and doesn't hold on to it for a long period of time afterwards.
Uh-huh.
Great.
I agree with these statements.
Listen, no, you don't have to force it. You can feel however you feel. Remember, you're free.
Yes,
you're emotionally free.
And I also think that was complete, if that happened, was completely ridiculous and against, I don't know, everything I stand for.
Against the laws of nature and everything in the world. And you're so right, Mark. I don't know how you could say something so brave and so true, but it's definitely worth points.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I was thinking about Shakira.
Oh, that's definitely worth points. I love Shakira.
Mm-hmm.
Never get tired of Shakira.
Is this actually like a fandom thing, Wade? Do you actually really, really adore Shakira and follow Shakira on all social medias and whatnot?
I don't follow, but she lives rent-free in my head.
Is it just a lust thing?
No. I mean, was there a crush years ago? Yeah.
That was a long pause.
No, I genuinely enjoy her music. Her doing the Super Bowl a few years back was one of the most exciting things. I was like, holy crap.
I don't know. There's so few things that you get super excited for, and they're usually either food related or they're game related. And I've just never seen you get super excited about a musical artist.
Meat, games, and sex. The 3 M's of Wade.
I mean,
hold on. I think.
Wait, do you want to come to my party? There's going to be 2 of your 3 M's there. Meat and games.
I'm just going to retract a bit into my chair and let you guys talk.
Look, at least there's an M in the word games. That's close enough.
And if you move the top half of X, next to the bottom half of X, you make an M.
Yeah. You could dissemble an X into an M. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, if you just change reality to what you want, it agrees with you, which I think embodies Wade's way of life.
At least up here, man, all the time.
Wade lives life like one of those characters from like We Happy Few, that game where everyone's on hallucinogenic drugs the whole time, and everything's just awesome unless the drugs wear off and you can see reality, and then it's
really not awesome.
There are days where I'm waiting to wake up like in a hospital bed. It's like I've been in a coma for 30 years, or like I'm gonna wake up and being in an ambulance where there was like a chemical spill and like all of this was a fever dream, and it's like. Actually, my life sucks.
An angel just flies down and lands next to you and is like, "You've been dead for a long time, man. This has just been a test, and I gotta say, we're pretty concerned with how it planned out."
I thought something like this was happening the other day. I actually had a nightmare and I woke up, but in my nightmare, I thought I was finally coming to. Somebody had handed me, like I was at my grandparents' cabin, which I've not been to in a while. My grandparents have been gone a long time. But someone handed me like a bag of what I thought was like powdered sugar for like French toast or something. And I went to crack it open and it turned out it was something called like Atrexia powder or something. I don't even know if that's a real word, but in my head it was like, oh God, it's Atrexia powder. I'm gonna die. And like my hands started swelling and going numb and my throat and nose started closing up. And I woke up and I was like, the Atrexia powder. And I was like,
Atrexia powder.
I was like, wait, what is it? Hold on, I'm gonna Google it. Is that real?
Yeah, you
Is
Googled
there
that.
a
I
real
was about to.
Is Atrexia powder real? How do you spell that, Wade?
Apparently, well, in my head it was Atrexia. Apparently, there's something called Ateroxia powder. I don't know what this is. A foundation. Well, that's not what I was dreaming of.
Ateroxiablessings.com powder foundation, a lightweight, oil-free, natural powder foundation.
But it's not Ateroxia. It's supposed to be Atrexia.
Oh.
It's not been invented yet, but it'll be very deadly and scary. And you guys shouldn't open the bags and put it on your toast.
Were you just thinking of anthrax and you just misremembered it in the first place? Because you do that with words a lot where I'll say a word straight up very clearly and you just won't realize what I'm saying.
I mean, in my dream, maybe, but like it was very vivid. Like I'm a visual person, you know, like Bob just talked about how he doesn't see things in his head like apples and stuff when he imagines them.
You have to bring that up again, huh?
I saw a bag that kind of looked like a marshmallow bag, right? It had like the little like marshmallowy stripes, but it said Atrexia powder, and then powder was under the little like rainbow colored
powder.
Atrexia powder, and it was ripped open in the middle. And I remember I touched it with my hand and like breathed a little bit. I felt it go in my nostrils. And then like my hand just swelling and cramping and going numb. And like I felt my breathing all constrict. And I was like, oh my God, the Atrexia powder. It's got me. It finally got me.
Well, I mean, maybe that was the reality. And that's why you're in the ambulance and they're trying to wake you up, man. The Atrexia's got
I
you.
thought that
you gotta
might be
beat
it.
the Atrexia. You gotta beat it, man.
I thought the Atrexia had caused all of my reality to be not real.
But is it a hell? You know, it's kind of nice, though, right? Your life's not that bad.
The real one or this one or the other? I don't know, man. You're fucking with my head.
Well, it's okay, man. Stay asleep.
Listen, you guys are freaking me out. Can I just say that? This is it's not a new theme in like TV shows or anything by any means, but recently I've watched a couple shows that have like made me question my reality. Most recently I've been watching what's it called? Severance. It's like an Apple TV show. Have you guys seen this?
No.
It's basically there's like a procedure you get where it severs your work self from your non-work self.
Oh, I heard about it.
So your mind is spatially bounded. So when you like take an elevator to go to work, and in the elevator you pass through some sort of spatial boundary, and you switch into the person who's at work. And so for the person who's at work, you're at work, you're in your suit, you go to the elevator, you push the button, you get in the elevator. And the next thing you remember is the elevator door's opening and you walk out, but you're in like a fresh suit. And it's about like the idea of like a split brain and like having basically two separate people inside of it's freaking me out, man. You guys are weirding me out with this shit. I can't.
I mean, well, that's actually a common idea. And we talked about that before with like the split brain experiments. But the idea of like forcing that is kind of interesting. And I do like the concept. Was the show good though?
I've not finished it, but so far it's very good. Would recommend. It has a lot of like interesting themes and things that it explores and looks at in terms of like personal relationships and how that works inside and outside of the two different persons, and the issues with things leaking from one side to the other, kind of like, you know, like some one of the characters is like a traumatic event in the regular life, and it somehow is like leaking into their separate brain, even though theoretically they're supposed to be completely bifurcated. It's interesting.
Is the idea though you pass a certain point in the elevator and then you have like an immediate switch at that point?
It's literally like a video game where it's like they create a spatial area where it's like if you're inside the walls of this building, your thing switches on and you are the other person. And then when you walk out the door, so this is not really a spoiler. So in one of the earliest, I think it's the first episode, one of the earliest episodes, there's a person who's new to this, who's like been hired, right? So she's new, and they're trying to like train her and orient her to how this works. And there's a door that she freaks out. And she's like, I want to quit. And the guy's like, okay, yeah, you can quit. That's okay. And they go to this door. And when you walk out the door, you become your normal person. And when you walk back through it, it's like a fire stairwell, right? It's like an escape stairwell. And there's a scene where she's like running at the door and she's just like, boom, because all she remembers is inside. She's running out and then she's flying back in, and she doesn't remember anything outside of the door. It's like a really strong visual representation of it. But it's a great show. It's a very interesting show. They do a good job, but it's freaking me out.
What if you crawl out so half of you's in and half of you's out? Or what if you stop in between, like where the loading hits?
Well, there is just a wall, right? So wherever your brain is at is pretty much affected. And I believe there's a specific point in your brain that triggers it. I don't want to get too much into it because that's a little bit of a spoiler, but you can't like half in, half out it. It's pretty much on or off, I think, in the theoretical universe of the show. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping they explore that a little bit because that's always the question. Can you fuck with it? Can you break it like a video game? Probably.
Man, I feel like I used to watch so many more TV shows than I do now. I just like never get into something because I just don't have time to get like super into a show and then binge watch that show because that's what I want to do. I just don't have that many hours to spare. Woe is me. I'm so busy. Everyone feel bad about me and give me points.
Everybody other than Bob, give him points.
This is the world's smallest violin.
Points. Oh. Okay.
The
world's smallest points. You get 2 micro points.
You know what, Mark? This is the world's smallest violin. Here's the world's smallest points for you.
Oh, sweet. What's the exchange rate?
Not great.
Okay.
Not great. Pretty weak. Not a lot of buying power with
Can
those.
I get some jumbo points?
World's largest points don't fit in my office. Sorry.
Don't have to be largest. Can I get like a medium combo of points?
What? How many varieties of points do you think I have?
I don't know. We're asking. What's on the menu?
We're lucky I'm awake. I'm struggling with that. So you know what? World's smallest points is the only variety other than normal today. Okay.
Okay, I have normal points then?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Points for win.
Can I duct tape 2 normal points together?
What do you want to do with it?
I don't know. Would it make a jumbo point? I don't know. Would it be more valuable?
It would be worth 2 normal points.
Unless like the tape peels off part of like the paint on the points, and in which case they lose a little bit of value.
All right, then here, I'll tell you this, Bob. You give me a bucket of normal points, and I'll just start experimenting. I'll come back to you with what has the most value.
All right. I grant you 1 bucket of normal points, Mark. Tell me what you figure out.
There's got to be like 500 points in here.
Anyway, we usually do like small talk. You guys got anything? What's new? What's going on? How are you doing?
I don't know.
Wait, you don't need to be so panicked about your life. You were talking about how you were excited about something just before we started this episode.
Wait, have you heard of this new thing, Trexia powder?
Stop! No, dude, that freaked me out, man. I've had weird nightmares the last week or so, and I don't get nightmares very often. And it's not like I wake up and I can't go back to sleep from them, but it's more like I wake up from them and I'm like, what if that was real? Like, I don't know. That's how my brain works when I wake up from something like that. It's like, holy shit. Ever since watching like the Doctor Strange movie where they talk about like dreams being like a multiverse reality or something, my head is like adopted that, and it's like, did I just witness another Wade die to a Trexia powder?
That was definitely an original idea in Doctor
Well, I'm not saying it was originally from them, but that's where I started thinking about it. It's just like how all of our ideas are usually someone else's idea 30 years ago.
Yeah, at least he's finally crediting the movie he's stealing his ideas from, you know?
Oh, God, the worst meme to ever come from this show.
What about you, Mark? Are you
you
done?
know.
I'm sorry. I didn't. If you're not done, Wade, you can continue.
I don't have that much going on. I'm moving and tired.
He's done. Go ahead, Mark.
Okay, cool. I've just been busy editing the movie, which has been just a file management nightmare. I haven't gotten into too many details about that, but I think I've mentioned before that I've been dealing with like 90 terabytes of footage. But I ran into a new conundrum with this because for those of you who don't know, Lixian is one of my editors. He's been helping out with this, but he lives in Portugal.
Also, he lives on my shelf.
Oh!
That's a Lixian plushie.
That's nice. But apparently when you ship hard drives specifically, there are a lot of regulations and laws that don't say you can't, but people get really curious, especially at the import and customs area, when you are shipping a 90 terabyte hard drive.
Well, okay, I guess that's kind of a large capacity.
They want to know everything about it. They want to open it up and they want to like look at all the files that are there. It's not always the case, but it's like for some reason, you know, piracy is a thing across the world. And so when you're shipping out that much material.
What? So they think you're shipping like video camera movies from theaters or something and it's 90 terabytes?
I have no idea, but it's like it got held
Weird.
up at the customs office and they needed to call both the sender and then the receiver needed to get on the phone with them. And
Can
they
you get
needed
like
to-
a Steven Spielberg an envelope that like the director approval my movie box?
The director of my movie? Who are you talking about? Do you think Steven Spielberg's gonna get on the phone and be like, oh yeah, this is okay. Here's my thumbs up. You think Portugal cares what Steven Spielberg thinks?
At least get Michael Bay.
You guys like E.T. over there? You heard of that? Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, the Michael Bay box. If they open the box before it's supposed to be open, it explodes.
Wait, I want to hear this. Wait, who do you think are the most respected directors internationally? I want to hear this list.
International? No, I don't know internationally.
Whoa, no, Steven Spielberg, Michael Bay.
Steven Spielberg. I guess Michael Bay's on my list, even though I wouldn't put him international or
Sure,
even national,
sure.
probably.
I think doesn't Transformers do really well internationally?
Oh, yeah, it
actually?
does, it does.
It does actually really well. In
I mean, big time directors that come to mind: Steven Spielberg, Quentin Tarantino,
Mhm.
Markiplier.
Those are the
Those are the three directors I know.
It's the Mount Rushmore of directors, Mark.
Is Alfred Hitchcock still directing?
Steven Spielberg, Quentin Tarantino, Markiplier,
Alfred Hitchcock.
Hitchcock. There you go.
Yeah.
And Mark Wahlberg.
Lucas, he's still directing Star Wars.
Lucas, you know, Luke.
Oh, Lukey.
Lukey.
I call him G-Luck.
Biggest directors.
Hey, we can't give. All right, well, that's fair. You know what? It's not like
James
I'm thinking-
Cameron, Avatar. Should have thought of Cameron.
Oh, he's pretty good. Yeah, no, that's good. Avatar, but now it's wet. I haven't even seen that one yet.
Unfortunately, when I googled biggest directors, it gave me them in order of height and not in popularity.
That's the list we're all looking for.
Wait, who's a tall? Wait, let me think. Who's a tall director?
F.W. Murnau and Clint Eastwood are both 6'4".
Oh, Clint
It
Eastwood.
all goes
yeah.
downhill
I was gonna
from
say,
there.
is Guillermo del Toro? Is he tall?
5'10".
Oh, that's right. It's pretty tall.
Ridley Scott's 5'9". This is not the J.J. Abrams. This show's not Abrams.
Who's that guy that everyone loves? That movie that I talked a bunch of shit about, and everyone's mad on the subreddit. James Gunn. James Gunn's real short.
Oh, when you did the Guardians of the Galaxy and Marvel rant?
Yeah. No, people were really upset about that.
They are very upset. I jokingly replied no on the tweets, like whenever Spotify tweeted about it. But like people were like, Bob had the worst take I've ever seen in my life, and he should be cast out from the podcast and never allowed to return.
All right,
Listen,
you heard him.
I don't remember what I said, and I probably said something that was overly harsh and really mean, and like, oh, it shouldn't exist. I don't mean that. I just mean that I fucking hate Marvel movies, and I'm so sick of every time a new Marvel movie comes out, no matter how bad it is. There's those people online who are like, the new Thor: Love and Thunder movie is so great, it's so funny, and they used 80 songs in the soundtrack, which is original, like every other Marvel movie. I just don't like them. Okay, it's
Russo brothers, Peter Jackson, Christopher Nolan, Tim Burton, David Yates. So many names I didn't think about.
The Rushmore of directors that you're crafting is getting a little out of hand. I think you're gonna have to.
Don't worry, Mark. You're still top 30.
I'm still number 3. Yeah, I'll take that, you know.
That's
And fair, right?
That's quite the spot. I can see you up there, but third is just.
Look, I'm a known director talent evaluator, and I think you're going far, kid.
Thank you. Director talent evaluator. Wow.
I think you're going far, kid. You're going real far.
Any
He
excuse,
worked it in. He worked it in.
Any excuse.
Get that right
God
off.
damn it.
Now I can justify ordering 2 more of these puppies. $6 off of my taxes, baby.
Just trying to angle for more ways to get more cigars. In
Yeah,
his
you're
life.
going far. Wow, you're going far. Just like my tax credits.
Is that how you think taxes work?
Of course, you buy a cigar and you get money back.
Well, wait, I assume at some point you did file your own. You filed your own taxes. When was the last time you filed your own taxes? Like 2014, 2013.
Define file your own, because my mommy helped me until I got help.
I'm not one to talk. I haven't filed my own taxes in ages.
I have filed my own taxes, including last year, my entire life.
I literally think the last time I did it with help was 2013 or 2014.
Doing the podcast and the YouTube and all that. The YouTube, holy fuck, I'm getting older.
And that brings you to today's theme.
It's joyously complex. I love it a lot, and it's not at all torture. But yeah, so
Do you not like the podcast?
no, I don't like the taxes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, I love doing the podcast. It's joyous, not torture at all.
He's like, everyone hates my Marvel take, and I hate being here. I quit.
I'm fucking sick of this, okay? So let's talk about that. No, I hate taxes. Could you imagine in other countries, they just send you a bill? The government's like, hey, pay us this much. And you just like pay it, and there's no bullshit or shenanigans. And if you think it's wrong, you can like do some stuff. Must be nice. What a weird system.
Why do we do it the way we do?
I sometimes feel like it's common knowledge, but maybe it's not. If people don't know, the reason that we have to do taxes the way we do is because the tax assistant companies are very, very good at lobbying to change how taxes are done. The IRS does know exactly how much you owe, but through extensive unnecessary red tape, we've created a system where you need to calculate it all yourself, and then
Because money is speech in politics.
yes, as it should be, as it should be.
Those companies that have all that money just have a lot of speech, and they
Yeah.
speak a lot to the pockets of the people that make the rules about that.
They speak real loud and good, and because obviously they have the money, and therefore yes.
Yeah, their speech is better because of how much more money they have.
I got a crispy Bill Clinton that says otherwise. He's not on a bill. Never mind. I just have a crispy Bill Clinton. It's a cardboard cutout I keep of him upstairs. Who's on money again?
Who's on money?
Steven Spielberg, Ridley Scott,
Bill
Markiplier.
What the hell's Franklin's name? Bill Franklin. It's
Bill Franklin.
Are you trying to say Ben Franklin?
yes,
the
Ben.
inventor?
Thank you.
Ben.
Guys, I should not have passed my American citizenship test, and I'm glad I didn't have to take one. Because man, I would not be
Bill
allowed in here.
Franklin.
I was picturing him the whole time I said Bill Clinton.
You meant Ben Franklin and said Bill Clinton the entire time?
And then I couldn't remember his name. I thought it was Bill. Wait, what is it? Ben.
Ben Franklin.
Fucking whatever. What's our
Bill
topic?
Franklin.
Bill Clinton, the science guy.
Hey, somebody show me on the Reddit. Do some fan art of Wade's money.
You can't just get the Reddit on your side and have them excuse reality to conform to your wishes.
He absolutely can. What in God's name are you talking about?
I see, you're right.
Have you seen the Reddit? Have you seen the hoops they jump through?
I don't go there anymore. They don't like me. They don't like me there.
They don't like anyone but Wade.
It's hard to like you guys, whereas I'm immensely likable.
Hey, wait a minute. No, you're not. We just proved this.
I'm the bait for this podcast. You guys are the hook in the line. I lure them here, you keep them in, and you reel them up so that we get to feast, boys. I don't know what this analogy fully means, but I like it.
I don't.
All right.
I can't tell you why, but I don't. Thank you for an excellent small talk session. You both get points, but Mark gets more points for living in reality.
Thank
Sorry.
you.
Can I have a barrel of imaginary points?
Yes.
Thank you.
It's a small barrel, but it is bigger than a bucket.
Ha! Take that, bucket boy.
But I didn't tell you how full it is. Anyway, today's topic, you'll never see this one coming because it's related to our lives. Wade and Molly are moving. They just got a new house. They're moving. Mandy and I think I've said this on the podcast, but I'll say it like it's an official announcement. Mandy and I are moving to Ohio. We actually have a place. It's official now, and I was afraid to talk about it because Mandy has a job here where we live, and she had to sort that out. But it's sorted out now, so it's all good. Mandy and I are officially moving back to the Cincinnati area.
Yes!
To be fair, everyone did know this already because the wheel landed on Move to Ohio. So
Yeah, well, when that happened, I was like, and that's when the whole process started, because everything that we do on this show is real and matters, and we have to follow through on it, and we never forget about anything we say or forget to follow up on stuff.
I'll give Mark 2 more months before he admits he's coming home.
Yeah, and I have another announcement to make. If you subscribe to Markiplier right now, you get 1 subscription free. So it's an amazing deal. Subscribe once, subscribe twice. Right now, Markiplier.
That's a lifetime subscription.
YouTube.com/Markiplier.
Oh, because those subscriptions are usually so expensive. That's a good deal.
I know, right? I know. 1 sub, get sub.
No more time for Mark to shill his cute little YouTube page or whatever. Wade and I are moving, and I thought this would be a great time to talk about weird real estate. Have you guys seen this? Have you guys explored this world on the internet?
No, but I'm slightly uncomfortable by one of the words you used.
Oh, I'm sorry. Real estate? It's 2 words, Wade. I think. Is real estate 2 words?
No, it feels like there's been a lot of weird lately, and it's strange that you include the word weird in front of real estate.
Oh, you're right. No, well, it's sort of a broader theme. You could say that this episode might be called something like Weird 3.
I hate you guys.
I'm not using this as an opportunity to make fun of you. I sincerely thought the weird real estate angle would be interesting. It's a whole world of content and enjoyment on the internet. It's very fun.
I love it. Do you want me to play this amazing intro that
Mark, do you happen to have any sort of audio intro things that pertain to maybe stuff being weird or something?
Oh man, do I that?
Oh, don't. Well, hold on.
Here we go then.
Have you ever felt a chill up your spine? I don't know, man. Something just feels off. Like you know there's something standing right behind you, but you just can't turn around. Cut it out, man! You're giving me the creeps! What if I told you that the world was stranger than you could ever possibly imagine? I've said it before and I'll say it again! I don't believe in ghosts! But something just feels weird. Welcome to unusual oddities of an unreal understanding.
I said that last time. I know I did.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made that just for this.
I can't believe you made that for me, Mark. I really appreciate you supporting my efforts.
It's because I love you and I support you in all of your ideas.
That's really nice.
You're welcome. You want me to play it again?
Anyhoozle.
Okay.
Yeah. So Weird 3, baby. We're talking about cool, weird real estate. Seriously, have you guys ever explored this rabbit hole, though? Have you ever seen this come up?
I mean, I'm sure that Amy has shown me some pretty weird places for sale around the world, but I would love to revisit this topic.
I will oblige. So a really good place to see this sort of stuff is there is a subreddit called Zillow Gone Wild. And it's just sort of an aggregation of like funny real estate ones. This is sort of I would say there are types of crazy real estate. And this is sort of one that's very common, where the thing that's weird about this real estate listing is the pictures. This is like a pretty normal looking house. There's nothing extraordinary about it. But if we look through the pictures, and it's not super obvious in this one, but if you look, there's something that's a little concerning in this picture that will become more apparent as we scroll through the pictures.
Okay.
For our non-video listeners, we're sort of looking at the exterior of a house. There's a woods, there's a shed. It's like a log cabin looking kind of place.
Yeah, big grass field, pretty basic.
There's a big, it's like on the side of a hill kind of thing. There's a big, there's a basement, looks kind of nice. Now we're looking at a kitchen.
Decent counter space.
There's a refrigerator, it's good counters, great cabinets. Now we're looking at the kitchen from the other angle. You can kind of see over into the front room area. Electric stove looks pretty updated. Yeah, now we're looking at the dining room. It's sort of next to the stairs that go upstairs. Now we're looking at the family room. Yeah, and then this is the bathroom. Normal shower, vanity type deal. Kid's bedroom.
Some nice space, a tall ceiling.
Just the thing I might be leaving out for any non-watchers out there is in all of these pictures, there's a man carrying a knife and wearing a Michael Myers mask in increasingly obvious positions in all of these pictures. And if you look at the very first one, I actually don't know for sure if he's in this one.
Oh, is he in the window on the left there?
Oh yeah, he's that's him, right?
I think
Might be. I can't tell.
Might be.
It's hard to say.
And then if you look at this one, you can find him pretty quick.
Oh yeah,
if you
there
look
he is.
for it.
Oh, is he behind the shed?
He's over here. He's just like casually leaning out from behind the shed.
Oh gosh.
Wait, where was he in the third picture? The staircase.
This one.
Oh, he's behind the house to the right there. Wow.
He's just peeking out. He's just peeping.
Dude, I don't feel comfortable with the fact that I missed this for so long.
I know, right?
And the first thing I saw in this picture was the counter space.
The counter space.
I was like, oh man, counter space, some random serial killer outside.
That's a pretty nice kitchen for a mediumly sized cabin. Yeah.
Yeah.
A white mask in the window. It's a perfect combo.
There's just a guy at the back door. Maybe he's trying to sell you vacuum cleaners or something.
It's okay. It looks like there might be some blue in the tile there to match his shirt, so it kind of brings out the color in the room.
Anyway, this is a classic one. Would you do this if you were selling a house? Is this a good thing? Does this make you want to buy a house if you like found this and you really wanted this house?
It makes it a memorable listing.
You would go see it, right? Because if anything, it's just about getting people in the door and looking at your house. I imagine that this place was sold pretty quickly, especially if you get more attention on it and people are just like, ah, ha, ha. Michael Myers definitely isn't there. Right. Right.
Well, he could only live at that one lake, so you're probably fine.
If you lived within like the area and it became a big meme, yeah, you'd want to go and like have some photos at that house.
What if you went and there was an open house and the guy was in the costume just like skulking around in the woods and you just sort of like saw him in the distance?
In today's world, you can't do stuff like that without like putting yourself in danger. So I don't know. Doing that for a photo op's one thing. Doing that whenever real people are around, you never know what the hell might happen. So I would be more scared for him than for the person looking at the house. Unless it was me in the house, then I would be kind of freaked out and I wouldn't stay very long.
But this is this Michael Myers one is a really funny example, but there are lots of these. There's another one that was pretty popular where the real estate agent was wearing a panda costume. I don't know if it was the seller of the house or the agent or what. It's a person in a panda costume, and they're just kind of in a lot of the shots. I don't know why, but that one doesn't intrigue me as much. That one just makes me kind of not. That would make me avoid the house, I feel like. I don't know. What character would you put in your home pictures to sell your houses?
Have you ever seen, well, okay, that a totally different subject, but have you ever seen there's a subreddit dedicated to people selling objects on like Craigslist, but there is something in the reflection of things accidentally caught, and it's usually a man naked just standing there, which makes me wonder, how often do people just get home and then get naked immediately? That just seems like a completely different lifestyle. And then start taking pictures and wanting to sell things. Who gets entrepreneurial the more naked they are?
Maybe they think that's the way you're like the outfit you're supposed to wear for it. They get home, they're like, oh, I gotta take pictures. I better put on my photography outfit. Right. There we go. Then they're like, oh, thank God, now I can get comfortable. They put on some like shorts or something afterward.
Maybe it's like a King's invisible outfit type situation, but they think they're putting on their clothes that make them invisible, and then they're just standing there naked, and they were fooled by that person who sold them the invisible clothes.
And I want to be clear. This is weird, right? You guys don't get home and get naked immediately, right?
No. I'm most comfortable wearing basketball shorts, and a t-shirt.
That's literally what I'm wearing right now. Yeah, I mean, I don't begrudge anyone who wants to be naked in your house. That's sort of like, that's one of the cool things about living on your own. Like the first time I ever lived without roommates, I'm pretty sure at some point I got naked and just like stood in the main, in the living room and was kind of just like.
I've never done that. I also don't want to buy something from somebody who I know gets naked. And that sounds weird out loud.
Who gets
I don't
naked?
want to buy that from them. They get naked. They might have touched it while they were naked. I don't want that lamp anymore.
You know what is a good thing to buy from someone who gets naked? Underwear. Because they don't use it.
If you're buying underwear on like a Craigslist, I am.
Is that not normal?
It doesn't make me feel good inside.
I'm just trying to save a buck, man. How you gonna?
That's fair. It's just that's the one item that I don't know that I would.
But you dodged my question. I appreciate your talking point, Mark, and I do toss a point into your bucket. 0 points.
Thank you.
What character would you put into your pictures to sell your house? Are you telling a story? Is it one character? Is it a movie reference? What direction do you go? How does this work? If I could have anyone, I would get Steve from Blue's Clues in full Steve outfit and just have him like casually hanging out in the pictures like he lives there. Because then the right person who gets that will be like, oh my God, Steve lived there. Oh, I love him. It makes me feel so seen.
I would have Shakira. The caption would be, "You can have this house wherever, whenever." I said it backwards. Whenever, wherever. But
I don't know. I feel like I would just make a movie in that location and then try to sell it based on the fame of the movie. But I'm trying to tangent my way into another thing. You guys remember the movie Blank Check?
Yes.
yeah.
You know that
The
movie?
Disney
You watch that
movie, Blank Check, right?
Yeah, Disney and Buena Vista Pictures, whatever that is. Oh, it's a Disney thing. All right. But for some reason, I know, like, this movie, I think of it all the time, which is so strange because it was one of so many movies that I have. But one of the most fascinating things in the movie was released in like 94. He made a blank check, right? Got a blank check and then put $1 million in there. And then he bought a castle. He put a slide in there. And I'm like, what was residential prices in 1993 that this kid with $1 million bought a castle, had servants, had a slide put in, all this stuff. And it just made me think like, man, sometimes movies just seem to get money wrong entirely. And I'm tangenting again, and I'm going confidently because do you remember have you guys seen the most recent John Wick movies? I mean, any of them, actually.
I haven't seen, is 4 out? I've seen everything through 3.
4 is out for a while, yeah.
I haven't seen 4 yet, but I want to.
So in the movie, they put a bounty on John Wick's head, right? And
Sure.
I forget what it first was, but I think the first bounty was like 2 million, right? And that's a lot of money, but 2 million to kill the most deadly assassin in the world was 2 million. And it's like, okay, he's out of retirement, maybe it's not bad. And then they up it to like, I don't know, a 7 or something like that, right? And that's a lot of money. But by this time, John Wick has killed every single person that has come after him. Every single person is dead.
Dozens, hundreds.
And they're all millionaires by the time they're attacking him already. You can tell by the shit they have, the cars they drive. They're already filthy rich. So yeah, go on.
Absolutely. And it's like, but the price never goes past like $20 million. And by the time we get to the 4th movie, he's killing hundreds of people. Everyone mindlessly is just throwing, like, I don't care what he did to those guys. It's my turn. He's causing hundreds of millions of dollars in damage to cities. Like, you had to pay that gold coin to get things like taken care of in the first movie. There's bodies piling up in the streets, just like the sheer monetary value of this. And yet the bounty doesn't go past 1/20th of what Blank Check Mansion had in 1994.
They've got their whole intricate system of communication and like changing the bounties and stuff. And yeah, they're like, all right, he's killed 794 people. The price has gone up by 500,000 more.
Exactly. It didn't make any sense at all.
And the villains who aren't going after him for like 10 million, but it goes up to 11 and they're like, now hold on, maybe That's my number.
Yeah, you got a villain that literally has paintings taken out of the Louvre by the dozens, owns them in his penthouse.
That's my point in all of this. These people who are trying to have him killed, who are paying the bounties,
Yeah.
that's cheap bullshit. They're trying to get a bargain murder of John Wick. Someone is offering $20 million who clearly owns multiple $100 million mansion, palace, castle things, who's in a secret society where the currency is a gold coin that buys you anything you want and all this shit. And they're like, oh, 20 million. That's enough, right? What does milk cost these days anyway? I don't know what assassins like.
There was to spoil John Wick 4 a little bit, not the ending of it or anything like that, but to talk about it. So skip ahead if you haven't seen it yet. Bob, this won't spoil any of the movie because there's a character in there that has a book. And it's got a little like meter that's like starts at 5 and goes up to 50, right? And it's his John Wickometer. So it's like he's tracking the bounty as it goes up, and it's like the top is 50 million. I'm like, even if I was the greatest assassin in the world, I would still know that I was the second greatest assassin, and I wouldn't do it for $50 million. I wouldn't for $1 billion. I wouldn't do it because I know that there's no number that's worth it, but it's definitely not 20 million. That's what it's just like. It's so absurd. It's like in Austin Powers, which came out in like what when did Austin Powers come out?
That had to have been like late 90s as well, right?
97. In 97, they made a joke in there where it was like $1 million, and the number 2 has to go. Million's not a lot of money these days. You gotta go higher. And then he goes $1 billion. And it's like, yeah, there you go, because that's where we're at. But it's just like, I feel like in monetary terms, some of these things don't even make any sense.
That's 26 years ago.
Yes.
So now it would be $1 trillion.
That's one Zoomer ago already, is how old that is.
No, that's still millennial.
Nah! Millennials
Isn't it?
cut off at like 1990.
Wasn't it? I thought, is it 96 cutoff? I thought it was 97.
I thought millennials cut off at like 1990. Right on the...
Does that make me again you?
Okay, millennials 1981 to 1996. So 97 would technically be Gen Z.
Man, I feel like every time I look up the year ranges for like every website has a different range of years, and they're just like 81 to 93 is probably millennials, and 94 to 2000 and
It's
all
a range.
arbitrary random crap.
No, there's no consensus yet because because Gen Z is one thing, but then apparently, and I just looked this up, the next generation is called Gen Alpha. And I'm like, oh, fuck, we gotta watch out for that generation.
And then the next generation is going to be Gen Sigma, and we're all going to have to just be subservient to them.
Dude, I can't wait till we get to Gen D's.
Gen D's.
These nuts.
I can't wait for Gen Ligma.
It's like how whenever we were graduating, we were the class of 07 and all the other classes hate us because we were double
James
07.
Bond stuff.
Yeah.
James
what?
Bond stuff, guys. James Bond stuff.
We got James Bond news?
No, we were the class of 007.
We were the class of James Bond.
Oh, I thought you were like saying that there was...
Every high school in the world was like, you're graduating in 2007? 007? 007? Ooh, I've got an idea.
I don't... This is news to me.
Really? Like, literally every 2007 grad I know, every high school themed their 07 graduation as 007. It was like a pervasive thing that was...
Every time we had to gather the whole school in the gymnasium, our class would chant 007. And like, even when we were freshmen, the seniors were like, they're senior, rah, junior, rah. And we were like, 007. And they were like, fuck, that's good. Like we were hated for a very long time for that.
I don't remember any of this.
I'm not realizing until just now. You guys went to the same school. Wade's not telling you this is what it was like. Wade's telling you what happened in your own life.
This is what it was like for you too.
I don't remember any of this.
Did you not go to the assemblies we had to go to?
Why would I go to them? And I probably did.
We had to. They weren't optional unless you took a sick day.
Have to only really mean something unless you're clever clever girl. And
I'm just saying, I don't remember this being a thing at all.
Oh god, it was. All of our shirts were like, not all of them, I guess. A lot of our class shirts though were like 007 themed.
You got class shirts?
I've got like 3.
Did you not get class shirts?
What do you mean you have 3? Where did you get I don't have a single class shirt
From our school.
What do you mean?
Oh my god. Look,
I don't have any shirts.
You had to purchase them.
That say Milford that aren't a band shirt.
I've got one with all of our names on the back.
What are you talking about?
Didn't you live in a trash can or something?
There were no opportunities for me to have a shirt. I wanted a shirt.
Where do you think I got them?
I'm asking. Who?
From the school.
What person?
The leaders of our class. I forgot what it was called, but they like.
We had class leaders?
Oh my god, what happened to you? Mark, I'm gonna give you some more points just because I feel really bad for you right now.
I am not joking.
We had a class president, like a student council and shit.
When did we decide that? Who was it?
There was
Oh my
probably
God.
a ballot at like lunch or something where you could go and drop your vote in a bucket or something, and
Dude, I was disconjoined from this shit, and even I know about it.
I remember voting for like prom king or something.
you do that at prom.
Class president is not prom king. It's not the same vote.
I don't know. I don't know what we got yearbooks. I got a yearbook.
We did, and there's probably a section that shows our student council.
Yeah, student council. When did they meet? When does that happen?
I don't know. I wasn't on it.
They met during lunch and or during one of the periods where not a lot of them had important classes, Mark. It was a cool way to get out of class.
Was that like in homeroom or something?
I don't know how you missed this, dude.
Dude, I don't know what you're referring to.
We thought when Mark said that he walked into his kindergarten classroom and saw the hooks in the cubbies for the first time and his mind exploded, we thought it was just like a young learning about the world thing. Turns out Mark's mind explodes whenever he learns anything about how school works in America.
Dude, I wish I was joking. I do not know when this would have happened. See, that's the thing is like, I can imagine, I know that class presidents are a thing. I know that like, probably there are people that have shirts that say Milford on, but I thought it was always tied to like a team sport or something because I didn't know that generally for the class you had, there was a shirt available. I don't know when you would have bought that. I don't know what opportunity arose.
Dude, there were so many senior year shirts.
When would you have voted for a council? What did they do? Where did they meet? What kind of decisions were they making?
What did they do is an interesting question because the answer to that is basically nothing.
I do know that we voted on shirts. They literally went around during lunch and they would like present the different shirt art concepts they had and we voted on them.
What do you mean they did that?
That sounds very familiar. That's the similar sort of experience that I
They
had
didn't
at an
come to
unrelated
me.
school.
Were you at lunch? You didn't go to the assemblies. Did you go to lunch?
I did. I went to lunch. I ate lunch.
That's the entire, not even just like the president or someone, the entire student council is standing in front of Mark in the cafeteria, sitting at his big empty lunch table by himself, holding a sign, and they're like, Mark, you sure you want to pay? And Mark is just like, it's pizza day. Oh God.
I mean, you're not entirely wrong.
The anorexia got to him during that day.
I don't even think that's the same name you said earlier in the episode.
I don't remember.
I don't remember, but that does seem different somehow, doesn't it?
See, oh yeah, your memory's full. Why should we trust Wade's recollection of school when he can't even remember his own dreams properly?
Dude, I have the shirts upstairs.
We didn't go to the same school. I went to that school and I say there was no class president. I say there was no student council. There were not shirts that were sold to everybody because I don't have any of those or any recollection of it occurring. And my memory is flawless and infallible.
Mm-hmm.
No retort, eh?
You know what, Wade? For trying to trick Mark into retconning his own life and believing some crazy ass lies you just made up, points, because that's weird, man.
Thanks, man.
That's weird part 3. That's what that is.
I'm going to find my yearbook and I'm going to show you like the student council photos. And I will go grab the shirts after we're done recording this and show you the shirt.
You're going to grab the shirts. Yeah, right. Yeah. I remember getting a shirt from college, but that's just because I happened to walk by this event that was occurring in like the commons area, the field there, and it was the Bearcat Bash, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but they got shirts.
That's how college was. College, you would literally like be walking to class, and it just so happened that like I Love Porcupine Day was there, and they were like, here, dude, have a free shirt, and it was like, there was all kinds of weird shit. I remember getting free condoms whenever I was waiting in line for pizza one day.
Dude, one time my fraternity did a piano smash.
Yeah, like shit like that happened all the time, man. College was weird. But high school, we had to vote on that shit and buy the shirts and all kinds of stuff.
I don't remember. I don't think it happened.
I don't remember. I don't believe in shirts.
I don't believe in shirts.
Anyway, I'm going to move us right along, clean segue, to what I'm going to call the second type of weird real estate.
Okay, I've got to like fucking really look at it this time because I don't want to miss serial killers on the front lawn.
You're not going to miss anything on this one. So this is a very big house. This is a very big, fancy house. It's got this big garage. It's like this huge paver driveway
all
situation.
That size for a 2-car garage?
I mean, it might have like a workshop in it. I don't know. Maybe it's only 2 cars, but it looks like a big house with a big attached garage. There's like car stalls over here or whatever this is going on. Big, glorious backyard. Look at this.
Wade would probably say this is a normal size house, the freak.
Dude, this is like $100,000 house.
You fucking freak! Yeah, so this is like a big, beautiful house, and then we go inside the house.
Ooh.
It's the fucking guy from Ace Ventura 2 when Jim Carrey walks in
It's
the
the
Ace
hunter
Ventura
guy
house.
from Ace
Oh my
Ventura.
god, it's
Yeah.
their house.
So yeah, this is like the great room of the house, and there is a giraffe, leopard, monkeys. What is this? An alligator, crocodile. There's over here, there's like a wolf or something. There's a zebra.
There's a possum on the wall above the wolf.
I think what's more egregious than just that is how many lights are on the ceiling here.
Yeah,
the electricity.
There's like 100 lights on the track on the ceiling.
So many lights.
If you're gonna have all these giant, glorious taxidermied animals, you gotta have a light for each of them.
Oh yeah, and they do 2 for each actually.
I gotta say, even the driveway was a nightmare for me. The brick layout of the driveway, all the weeds that would grow, the maintenance for the driveway, like that would suck.
Well,
That
okay,
is true,
sure.
yeah.
All right, whatever.
But you know, at least he didn't kill a million animals for that.
What the more egregious thing is the elephant feet bar stools that I just noticed.
Oh, that's messed up.
That's pretty
actually.
fucked up.
What the fuck? It's literally a cut off elephant leg with a cushion on top for a bar stool. That's weird.
I'm also pretty sure on the driveway photo, there's the same like gorilla statue that they have in front of Jungle Gyms here in Cincinnati.
Oh, there is like a deer or something here, whatever this is.
Okay, it's kind of fuzzy for me, so it's not coming in clear for me, but it looks like to me, it looks like the gorilla from Jungle Gyms.
Oh, that's not what I thought it was.
You gotta take the multi-pelt off to play pool there.
I like the normal couch, whereas everything else is made of animal.
A puffy early 2000s faux leather couch.
That couch! Isn't that the same couch that Corridor uses for the React series?
Is this Sam and Nico's house?
Is this Corridor's house?
They're like, we've tested so many of our products.
Oh, what a horrific picture of the elephant foot bar stools in this one. Holy crap, I hate that.
I hope all this stuff is fake.
I don't think that's the point.
Is that a polar bear?
Polar bear!
He doesn't have a Coca-Cola in his paw. I'm confused.
Oy, that is sad.
That is sad. Wowee.
I don't feel good about this one, man. I'm laughing, but not on the inside.
I'm against killing animals for sport, just as like a hobby. I think that's a really fucked up thing to do.
Against that too.
And I'm not if anyone who taxidermies like a pet that dies, or if you taxidermy in a way where it's like this animal was dead, but now I'm just I get that that's like a hobby, and I can appreciate that you might have an interest in that. Taxidermy shit always freaks me out. This house is like a nightmare fest for me.
Yeah.
I would feel so deeply uncomfortable walking through any of these rooms. And like, that's fine.
If you hunt and you hunt for entertainment, but also you eat every part of the animal, like you do it for food as well, I understand that. This is not that.
Yeah.
This is.
I don't think they ate the rest of this hippo whose head is decapitated and put on a coffee table. Like God intended.
Like every God intended.
Anyway, so this Cabela's turned into a private residence is another class of weird real estate that I like to call...
Either this inspired Ace Ventura 2 or it inspired this.
Yeah.
The hobby went too far. I'm going to call it the hobby went too far. That's what I'm going to call it.
I would rather have Michael Myers in my house than all that stuff.
Like actual Michael Myers or guy in costume Michael Myers?
Funny, you hide behind your curtains guy with your feet sticking out guy, yeah.
You're pretty big. You could probably win in a fight. He's not like freakishly strong or anything, is he?
I think it's weird. I don't know how it goes with some of those villains like that, but I think Michael Myers is not like Jason is, where Jason's an unstoppable killing machine. Michael Myers is just a big dude in a mask, I think.
He gets his ass kicked and like blown up and stuff, but he always comes back. I don't know.
Then what's the difference between him and Jason?
One wears a hockey mask, one wears the Michael Myers mask.
Which is like a...
Isn't it like someone's skin? Isn't it a...
No, well, the mask, it was originally like a William Shatner mask that they got just before they were filming. Yeah, but I think it's probably supposed to be human skin or something like that.
I see.
Yeah.
Is this supposed to be a William Shatner mask that was painted white?
That's what Bob,
are you saying that as if that's not the thing that Mark just said out loud to both of us?
Yes. Can I have points?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes,
Wait,
yes.
Wait,
You know what? A lot of points for such a bold ask.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Out of pure and utter defeat, Wade decided he needed points. I have to respect it. That's the rule.
See, this is why I don't trust your memories about high school. My brain is broken because I just said that. Not a sentence
I
prior.
thought he was doing that on purpose just to be a dick to you. I thought it was a bit.
It was.
That was almost the perfect setup of Mark being like, well, it was a William Shatner mask. And then Wade being like, actually, it was a William Shatner mask that they painted white.
Oh, man. I'll take the L on this one, I think. I'll take the L.
No, we have one more archetype to share. We really hung up on some of these other ones, but look, this house falls into the category that I refer to as special areas. So this is like a picture from inside a house, pretty normal looking.
I like that.
A little dark, but it's nice.
Oh, I'm a fan of like dark paint on the walls. I like dark.
It's very like a masculine decoration style. Like, yeah, it's cool. Except this happens. The painting swings off the wall, and then a weird, crazy, craggly door opens into the wood paneling on the wall.
Love that.
It's dark with red downlighting inside.
Yeah.
That's fine, and that's fine. It's fine.
All
and then you
good.
come inside, and yeah, there was a gold skull right here sitting on that. That's an interesting.
That should have tipped it off, I guess.
But yeah, you come in, and it's like a brick situation. There's some kind of picture of like I don't know, it's like a Cthulhu almost kind of thing, or
It looks like a man with a snake biting his dick who has bat wings.
Let's get closer. We can't make any assumptions now.
And then there's these cool little cutouts on the wall, and there's a crucifix here, in definitely a place where that makes a lot of sense, in this dark brick hallway with red lighting and polished concrete floors for some reason.
Ooh, that look like blood. That's beautiful.
It does look like you're kind of standing on a river of blood.
Yeah.
Why are we moving 6 inches closer to the painting every time?
It's very ominous. I don't like the way this is set up.
Oh, there we go. Oh, it is a snake biting.
That's just it. It's just a hallway that leads to that painting.
Well, and there's the light fixture up there, Mark. Let's not be too
there's a
judgmental.
chandelier because you want to have your painting be well lit. What's the back of some kind of...
That's the ass. It has a tail. Okay.
Yeah, it's a tail, and those are some didn't skip leg day legs and wings, and what the hell is going on with the top of this part here? Couldn't tell you. So like a normal hallway. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I like to call a special area.
Go big or go home.
There was another one. Oh, I kind of want to find it now and show you guys really quick. There's another one. This one. I appreciate how unashamed these people are. I'm not judging at all. But this one is marked as not safe for work on Reddit, which is a strong start.
Okay.
This is another special places one, right?
Looks like the Home Alone house.
2-story brick house, red door, beautiful, black shutters, pool table in the gaming room, dining room, like super nice, super cool, big 2-story family room, nice, big hearth, beautiful. Yeah, super. It's a sunken. Gorgeous. I don't like that it's a sunken family room. I
don't like the rug that looks like they ran over an animal and then just like made a rug out of it, but that's fine.
Yeah, it is like a animal skin rug. Kitchen looks dope. Very nice kitchen.
Love the cherry wood. It's
very, very, very nice porch, back deck situation. Love it. Main bedroom, super cool. Looks like there's an ensuite bathroom.
Oh, beautiful.
Sex dungeon with what's this thing where you lock your hands and your head in there?
Oh, it's not the gallows. What's it called?
The stocks.
The stockades.
The stockade built into the bed frame, and then
they have the same rug, I think, from their other room.
Same rug.
And then there's like a swing apparatus. Yeah, more animal skin rugs, strong theming. This is clearly the basement, so you just walk into the basement, and
they went with more of the medieval sex dungeon, and otherwise very modern home.
High ceilings.
Yeah.
High ceilings in a finished
I would have liked to see more modernized sex toys.
You don't like the X stand for flaying?
The medieval just contrasts a bit too much with the modernized.
Anyway, yeah, that's you know what? All I feel is respect. Whoever owns this house was like, we could move our stuff out, and you could pay companies to like put furniture in so they make it look super nice, and so that someone who's buying the house will look and be like, oh yeah, that could fit in a king size bed.
What if they're selling and this is just how they set it up for show?
We should just leave maybe this comes furnished. Maybe these guys are like, we're too old for this. You know what? We're gonna retire to a nice condo with a little sex 3-season room off the back, but we don't need a whole dungeon anymore. So we're gonna sell this whole house furnished. You could have all the swings and everything. We'll
even clean it.
I respect it. I'm sure a lot of people will look at that and be like, but that someone looks at that and is like, wow.
I just want to see whenever you have you buy the house, your family comes over to see it and you're like, well, yeah, let me show you around. Here's the tour. Here's the bedroom. Here's this nice bathroom, the pantry, plenty of space. Mom, come down here. Here's our sex swing.
Look, just because you wouldn't do it and I wouldn't do it doesn't mean that there aren't some people out there who's...
Dude, of all the things we've seen, Michael Myers and that one are on the normal side.
In a situation where that's happened, I feel like you bring your parents down there and your dad's like, we had one just like that in the place over on the Maple Street house. You remember that?
I would rather show off my sex swing than my Hail Satan hallway.
There's got to be something more to that hallway that's happening.
There definitely got to be some more.
It's some kind of thing in that hallway that's...
I don't know. I would actually want to show off my Hail Satan hallway before I would show off my sex dungeon. So I'm in the opposite camp.
I mean, personal preference. That's fair.
Because think of the reveal. You got your sex dungeon in the basement. You just you open a door. You go come on down. And here's no, let me punch in the code. And then you got smoke and fog coming out of there. And it's
I was all for secret door.
Until you saw the sex dungeon. I see what it is. I see how it is.
No, just this. No, I'm thinking more of the Satan hallway. If there was more different stuff in, I'd put a different painting up maybe, or...
You could brighten that space up quite a bit.
What are the 2 holes on the wall for? What do they put there?
Idolatry items? I don't know.
You set down your Sprite before you go and hail Satan?
Yeah, refreshing drink. Yeah. I don't know. Look, I don't know what you need. What does a person need before they get down and satisfy their spiritual needs? Who's to say?
Now we just need to see a reflection of someone naked taking a picture of the Satan picture.
Points to Mark for his bold honesty in admitting that he would not want to show off his sex dungeon.
Thank you.
And also admitting that he has a sex dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
Points to Wade for... I don't need a reason. Anyway, that I think is going to be the end of Weird 3. We really covered everything I was hoping to get to.
It got weird.
It did get weird, but interesting.
Well, and Michael Myers' mask is actually a William Shatner mask painted white.
Oh, points to Wade for that.
Oh, Michael Myers is painted white.
Points to Mark. Interesting fact.
Yes!
And he wears blue because it camouflages him a bit in like the darkness. Whereas if he was wearing like a bright yellow tee or like a Hawaiian shirt with some like khaki shorts, it wouldn't have the same effect.
Interesting.
He holds a knife.
Points for the fact.
That's the iconic look, but in the movies, he actually uses a variety of weapons that he finds around his victims' houses.
Ooh, a lot of points for a more interesting fact than Mark's.
His mask has hair. That's kind of weird.
That is weird. Points to Mark. And that's the cutoff. No more points.
Damn it.
Mark earns the last points. I'm going to tally up the scores here. And I gave Mark a bucket of points. I put some more in that. I gave him some points as we went along. I gave Wade points as we went along. I gave him a barrel of points. I did say it was bigger than the bucket. I neglected to mention that the barrel is the size of a small car. And I think if I look at the number of points that I actually did give to you guys, right now the score is Mark, 368 points. Wade, 11,947 points. 11,947 points. It's a big barrel of points. Mark, did you do any innovations? You said you were going to experiment with your bucket of points. Did you happen to do any point multiplication? Anything?
Yeah. So I all the point coins have a number on them, so I strung them together. So it actually is like it's 1 billion trillion.
Oh, I see. So they say
it says.
Yeah,
very long string of ones.
Unfortunately for you, I'm going to go ahead and just declare that does not increase their value in any meaningful way. But that is a very clever invention. And yeah.
You should have invested in point coin.
You should have got in on point coin, baby. Wade is winning. And I think we all know that when there's a clear winner, when the points have decided, there's only one thing that you can really do to end an episode fairly.
Oh, fuck.
I had to flip so many coins. I just want to be the one who clicks the button for once. I am doing this the fair way, okay? No one can say it's not fair. It was fair to me. It's fair to everybody.
Difference is you usually asked for it, but that's fair.
Leading in the points, I will let you call it Wade. But because Wade is calling it, Mark, what color do you want it to be? Fair.
I will take red.
Red, okay.
For the color that I'm wearing.
Your whole frame is red. Yeah, actually, it's a good theme.
It's kind of my satanic hallway.
Wade is gray, Mark is red, and I am purple with pinkish flesh on the front. Anyway, Wade, I'm gonna click flip. Go ahead and call it, bud.
Heads.
Wow, there's a lot of lag on that. Oh!
Yes!
By the rules of fairness. Wade threw this one away. You know what? You had it in the bag. You really just had to win this one last one. You dominated the whole episode, Wade. You really just had to make one more correct decision. You didn't have it in you. I don't blame you. It's a tough call.
I didn't ask for a coin flip, Bob.
Nobody has to ask. The coin flip comes when the coin flip was ready. You know, it's pretty fair, actually. I did ask for that in several of the times when it happened. But I didn't ask for that to begin with. And that's really the part I'm mad about. Because that's the part where I lost so many in a row.
Wasn't that Mark's episode? You just rewarded the man who did it to you.
Yeah, take that, Wade. It was Mark's episode where that happened, so you can suck. Man, look.
That's fair.
I'm honestly, I'm
fair.
just doing this to piss off the subreddit. There were a lot of people on the subreddit who were like, I'm not even going to watch if they do coin flips anymore. Well, falls in your court, subreddit people.
Wait, hold on. The entire hour-long episode of us talking, they're just like, what really matters is the winner.
Yeah, no, it's important that it's fair and the person who deserves to win is the one who ultimately wins, Wade. That's the point of the show.
I see. Okay, that's fair.
Anyway, Mark, great job. Congratulations. Do you have a winner speech?
I think that this is only fair because it's important that we get ahead of misinformation like Wade's, where he was talking about false realities that were occurring in high school. And I, as the winner, can declare and formally end the conversation. There was no student council. There was no 007 chant. There was no high school shirt available during any of the years that I was there, because I was there for 4. I think I would have gotten at least one. I think so. Anyway, thank you everyone for believing in me. Subscribe to Markiplier. It's subscribe one, get sub one free day for today.
You deserve it, buddy.
Thank you.
Wade, do you have a loser speech?
Yeah, beware of the Antrexia powder. I don't know if it's real or if it's not, but if it is,
There's no N in the word you made up. It's Atrexia powder.
well, beware of that too. I think I got the N in my brain when you guys mentioned anthrax. I think it was Atrexia powder. Beware of the Atrexia powder. It looks like the Stay Puft marshmallow bag, but instead of I think the Stay Puft has like a line down the middle, doesn't it? Hold on, I have to look this up.
And that's time. Thank you for your loser speech, Wade.
Beware the powder! It'll kill you!
Are you actually looking up what a Stay Puft marshmallow bag looks like? Is that what we're doing right now?
That's not the one I'm picturing. What am I picturing? I don't know what I'm picturing, but there's a line, and it says Antrexia up here, or Atrexia. It says powder down below the line. Don't open the bag!
Okay. I thought it was a bit. I'm becoming increasingly concerned about this situation with Wade, but that's the end of the episode. Congratulations to Mark. You really earned this one. Deserved it even. And yeah, thanks for watch listeners. Make sure you check out Markiplier on YouTube, especially. He's really hurting for subs over there. Check out Wade at LordMinion777 or Minion777. I am MiceGerm. Good luck spelling that. Some of you have done it correctly. And we probably have merch. Almost definite, maybe have merch. Check it out. store.distractablepodcast.com. I'm not guaranteeing anything is available or isn't available. So if it's not there, that's not my fault. And, sorry. That's the end. Thanks for listening to another episode of Distractible. As we say at the end of every episode, for some reason, podcast out.